and welcome to Marni's Kitchen. I'm really excited today. I am going to make brioche buns for hamburgers. And the reason why I'm doing that is because the Hazmatics graciously granted me an interview. So I'm going to be posting that next Friday. So for now, I was trying to think of what I could do for them to honor them. So I looked up the bands that inspired them, some of the bands that inspired them. I looked up the concert food that they had, and it was Metallica, Kiss, and Santana. So Metallica and Kiss was hamburgers. They would have hamburgers as one of their dish before they went on stage in the back of their concert venue. So they would have hamburgers, and then Santana liked Latin-inspired food. They didn't give any specifics, so I thought it would be very cool to give homage to HUMA and make my version of the Bad Hombre a little bit different, but along the same lines. And then it honors the bands and musicians who have inspired some of the Hazmatics. So that's what I'm bringing to you today. And the brioche bun, took quite a journey to get from the hamburger bun to the brioche bun, the standard bun. So I will tell you more about that later. Alright, so I have all my ingredients lined up, and because it's something I've never made before, I try to put all the utensils that I need grouped with the ingredients that I need. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is get my yeast together. So I'm going to put my yeast and my sugar, and brioche calls for milk, and then my warm water. And I'm going to whisk it together. And then I'm going to let it sit. So I'm going to whisk it and sit it. I've really been enjoying making these shows. It's been a lot of fun. Alright, and then I have an egg that I have to beat. So I'm going to do that. This is a fun little activity. When I worked at Tudo Fresco, Burke taught me how to, he said the best way to beat an egg for its light and fluffiness is to get a lot of bubbles. So because brioche is light and fluffy, I am going to make a lot of bubbles because I think that helps. So yeah, that's a pretty bubbly egg. I'm going to show that to you. Ooh, lots of bubbles. I'm going to put that aside. And then I have my flour and my salt. So I'm going to add my salt. And then my butter. Now I have found that my preference is to not use a mixer, especially with baking, because I think it's kind of fun to use my hands, and it gives me a good feel for the dough. So because it's a huge learning process for me. So I'm going to break the butter into the flour. I'm going to use my hands, but I'm just going to kind of break it in. And it should make little, like flour balls. So I found some good, interesting research on those hamburger buns. And like, I value the information that I bring to you, so I think it's important and it's fun and gives you a little bit of knowledge. And if you participate in trivia, it might help you out one day. So I've found that I remember some things, and I've been a little more active in my trivia group. A little bit. Don't always get it right, but I do like trivia. It's fun. I'm just kind of squeezing the butter through and making my dough. starting to make my dough. I mean, it's all not going to be incorporated like dough balls, but it'll be crumbly, I guess is the better term than dough balls. Should have a crumbly look to it. Okay, so now I'm going to add my yeast mixture and milk and my egg. And I'm going to mix this gently to incorporate it all and make a dough. So the sugar and the butter, I did actually in my research of what I'm doing my show on, originally I was going to do just on the history of brioche bread. But that was like, I was kind of like, nah, that's not going to be suitable for this show. So, but it is interesting. It did kind of start as a pastry. It was more like a pastry, or a cross between a pastry and a bread. And it was considered a luxury item back in the 1400s in France because of the butter content in it. So it was considered a luxury item. Okay, so now I'm going to get my hands in it. And it was like a sweet pastry kind of dough or bread. And then over the years it evolved and they made it more bread-like. But so I thought that was kind of interesting. And it should be sticky, which this is, so that part is right. And I'm just trying to incorporate all of it. I ran my hands under cold water a little bit. I'm going to try to see if that helps me. Yeah, it does. Because I know when I make matzo balls, in order for it not to stick to you, you're supposed to put your hands under cold water. So that's what I did. Alright, and it worked. It's not quite as sticky. Not as sticky to me. Alright, so I made my dough ball. My dough. There's my dough. Okay. Alright, so I'm at the point now where I'm going to cover this with a damp towel. You can use saran wrap too. And I'm going to put it aside for about an hour, hour and a half. And then I'll come back and we'll see if it rose. And we will let more of the magic begin. Or happen. Alright, so the time has come. My dough has risen. So now I'm going to cut it into equal parts. I'm going to weigh it. I have my trusty scale here. So we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to put on a lightly flour my surface here. And I'm going to roll the dough out of the bowl. It's very sticky. But it says it should be, so I'm assuming I did something right. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Just trying to make it a little less sticky. Put some flour on it. These take a little while because you gotta like let them rise again once you get them balled up. Alright, so I'm gonna put a little bit of flour on my cutting board. I'm gonna move it over to my cutting board and I'm going to cut my pieces and try to measure it out so I get equal pieces. I'm gonna use ounces. And I looked up, it should be about 4 ounces. Like 3.5 to 4 ounces would be good. So there's 1. I don't know. And there's 2. This is like practice. All right, there's 3. It's exciting, isn't it? I actually enjoy a lot more now making bread and dough and trying all this stuff than I did when I was younger. I don't know why, because you would think you have less patience as you get older. I might. Let's see. All right, so I got 6 out of that, which is kind of similar to the bagels. So I'm good with it. Like, I'm good with how it rose. And then this, so I did each of those as 4 ounces each. That might be too much. I don't know. This is the first time I'm making a, and I looked it up, so I'm trying. Let's see. And this guy's really teeny, so I just might make a small bun, like a mini bun. That's the one I'll taste to see if it's any good. All right. So now I have to, I'm going to flatten it like a little pancake. Okay. Not too thin though. And then I'm going to fold underneath. I'm going to make it smooth. And I'm going to make it like a little ball. And I'm going to put it on the parchment paper. So I'm going to do that with all of them. So I'm going to flatten it like a pancake. And then form my little bun ball. And then I have to let it rise again. So I'm kind of like, I am enjoying this. I think it's fun. I hope you guys are enjoying it too. I have a lot of stuff going on. It's just busy time of year. I'm getting my studio together. I'm excited about that. I'm starting to get some places to vend at from Marni's Kitchen, so I can get my name out there for that. And it's exciting. It's exciting and it's busy, but I am enjoying it. I'm meeting all kinds of people. I'm actually like putting myself out there, which I always had difficulty doing, believe it or not. But for like work-wise and things like that, like I kind of used to shy away from things, but now not anymore. Nope. I have a lot of support from my girls and my husband, and I have a lot of support from friends and family in general. So I'm really like excited about the opportunities. I'm just excited about all the different people I'm going to get to meet and talk to and ask questions, and it's really exciting. And I hope you guys look forward to the shows too. And you might learn something, which is always the best part, because I love to learn. And this is all learning for me. So all you bread bakers out there who are fabulous at this stage of your life doing this stuff, you see me doing something wrong, anything wrong, you let me know. I am good with it. All right. They look pretty good though. I'm pretty impressed, I have to say. Because I never, in a million years, I never would have. I was saying the other day, I was like, even if you asked me 10 years ago when I was 40, if you asked me what I thought I would be doing at 50, none of this would have ever escaped my mouth. I don't know. I don't know. All right, so those are done. I'm going to make my little teeny baby one. My little baby bun. My baby brioche. I should name it. So I was listening because I've never made sourdough bread. And I'm learning all about breads. And I was listening to a podcast. And it's a baking podcast. And it's about... it was about sourdough bread and sourdough starters. And apparently you name them and you have to feed them. So I was interested, so I did look up, and I was like, oh well, I didn't have rye flour, so I didn't buy any rye flour to have to start it. They said you could start it with other flours, but it works best with rye flour. So I just kind of didn't do it, but I thought it was weird. Everybody names their their starter. So I thought that was strange. All right, so maybe I will come up with a name for my my baby brioche. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Call it something. I don't know. All right. Anyway, so now once you get these rolled out into your shapes, then you have to cover it again. Let them rest and cover it again for another hour or so. So I will be back in another hour and I can throw them in the oven. Well, I won't actually throw them, but. So now I'm gonna put my pan in the oven, this little dish, and I'm gonna, right before I put the rolls in the oven, I'm gonna put about a half a cup of water in here so that it can steam and keep the bread moist. So I'm gonna put that in while my oven preheats to 400 degrees. Then I'm going to make my egg wash with a little bit of water and an egg, and then I'm going to brush carefully and lightly brush the egg wash over my buns. You can put sesame seeds or any flavor you want at this point after you put your egg wash, but I'm just doing it plain because that's what I need to do. And then I'm going to put it in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. I'm going to keep an eye on them until they get golden brown, and we'll see. We'll give it a try. I'm going to beat my egg. Make my little egg wash. I have a funny story about this guy. This is my current pastry brush. He's a cute little guy. I got him as a gift several years ago, and I didn't do much with pastries, so I never really used him. When I started dating Brian, he had his twin, and he had made a lot of use out of him because he's a little duller than mine. But he got used. He's getting more use now. So I thought that was cute. A little cute side. Alright, anyway, I thought that showed that we were meant to be. So I'm just going to lightly brush over the tops of my buns. Oh, I think I came up with a name for my my baby brioche bun. I'm gonna name it Test Baby. That's my test baby. Test Baby Wood. I'm too old to have a real baby wood, so we'll call it a Test Baby Wood. I'm not quite sure how much to put on, but I'm just gonna, I don't want to put that on there. I have a half a cup of water ready. I'm gonna pour it into the dish once it preheats. Once my oven preheats, I'll pour it in the dish, and then I'll put these in the middle rack, and we'll see what happens. Let the magic happen. And there they are. They look beautiful. I'm going to let them cool for a little bit, and then I am going to try Test Baby Brioche. Alright, I'm in a different part of my house because practice has begun. So I just wanted to show you my Test Baby Brioche. So I'm going to take a bite, see how it tastes, and I'll let you know. So good. Really so good. I'm definitely adding these to my list. So keep an eye out for Marni's Kitchen menus. These will be added. They're really good. Alright. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this show. I can't wait to create my version of the Bad Hombre for you. And keep watching, keep following, liking, subscribing. If there's something you would love for me to have on my show, my cooking show, please message me. and let me know. You can reach out to me at humabeatsandeats@gmail.com, or you can message me on Facebook, or you can look up Marni's Kitchen. In the meantime, these are really good. You should try making them at home. So, and if not, you can order them off my menu. Alright, well, thanks again, and I hope you enjoy the Bad Hombre, and I hope you enjoy the Hazmatics interview. Alright, HUMA! Bye!